Alrighty, so today we got ourselves a little mission. We're pretty much going to be removing the harness. I'll have that in another video. We won't be using this harness. This came from an Accord. This is the K24. Originally what the plan is for this guy is we are going to put the K24 in the EM2. I do have the subframe from an RSX. Do have more parts to get. I do have to get either EP3 axles or RSX axles. Do have to get to the half shaft to be able to do that as well. K Pro, RSX harness, just a whole list of things that do need to still get to make this possible for that. But today what we're doing, we are actually going to be degreasing this motor because I want to get everything cleaned up. We will be resealing. I will be doing some content on resealing the K24 as well. But what I use for degreasing products, got myself a spray bottle. As you can see, we do use the Mean Green multi-purpose pressure washer ultra concentrate, and I also like to use the Gunk engine cleaner foamy. This is actually pretty good. Does a lot of good miracles. And of course we have our DeWalt plug-in pressure washer. So let's go ahead and get into it. Any spot that you see where all that grime, grease, residue, all of that stuff's got to come off. So I did have this already caking up with a good amount of degreaser as well. As you can see, we're starting to get a clean valve cover here. Just want to get everything nice and clean. All right, now we got some of that on there. We'll go ahead and I like to let both of them work at the same time. So we'll get our engine foamy cleaner by Gunk. Look at all of that. That is crazy. And what this is going to do is it's going to break up all that grime and grease that's on the motor itself. I'm not using this harness. Like I said, we will have a in-depth detail on taking a lot of this stuff off. Again, right now we're just going to clean it up, but this harness will be removed. Looks like I'm out of this because I normally use this stuff for my D-series stuff. As you can see, the transmissions, heads, all that good stuff. This is my #1 go-to. I love this stuff. There's different ones. As you can see, you got the engine protected shine, heavy duty gel. The original and the foamy is my go-to. Put this right there. Then we'll let that sit for a couple minutes and we'll go ahead and get the pressure washer on. All right, so we got our pressure washer on, water's on. Now we got the engine degreaser actually working, fighting all of that grime and grease. It is about time to go ahead and give this thing a rinse off. Let's go ahead and build up some pressure here. There we go. Oh man, look at that. All right, we got our first rinse off. Doesn't look too bad. A lot of that grime and grease did come off. However, we do still have a lot. And ideally, you want to take off the crane pulley to get behind it. However, I don't have any of my impacts with me today. So we will be doing that at another time. I pretty much want to get all of this rinsed off as good as I can. We will be stripping the paint off the valve cover because I do have a different ideal plan for the valve cover. So yeah, we're pretty much going to go at it again, continue to do the same thing until it's ready to go. I plug this up so we don't get anywhere where we don't need to get. We'll see. I might have a scrub brush or a Scotch-Brite. We can go ahead and hit up these sections here with that crank sensor. Now, depending on the clearance and how we're looking from the core support, I may be using the Accord intake, or I may be doing an RSX Type S because of the clearance issues. We will be, you know, measuring everything, doing a couple of prop ups, making sure that everything is going as it should. We are getting pretty low on this guy right here. All right, so we do got our Mighty Mac Tools brush here. Oh man, as you can see, my shirt is like filled with a bunch of gunk. Go ahead and just start scrubbing away. There is a lot of places I'm not gonna be able to get. What I can get with the brush, we will get. I am thinking about, I don't know if I want to ideally not pressure wash, but paint the block. I think if I do paint it, it's gonna go back to the original aluminum steel color. There we go. There we go. Look at that. That looks a lot better. Hold on, I see a spot. And we're just gonna keep going at this with the degreaser on the motor and just keep going, keep cycling the water, keep cycling the grease. Degreaser get all of that off because I like to have a clean motor. We will be resealing everything. We're probably going to be redoing the timing chain. We're going to be doing all of the seals in the motor as well. Head gasket. I want everything redone so this motor can take me to Egypt if I want to go. All right, we're going to go in for round 3. Spray this guy down. Look at how good this is actually coming. This is not bad at all. I am, however, out of the gunk engine foamy, which sucks because that is my favorite go-to when degreasing a motor. There they go, Chihuahuas running around in the neighborhood. All right, and then this will be our last cycle here. We'll be using that guy. Just taking a shit in the yard. Seriously? Wow. And the crazy thing about it is the owner's not going to come over and pick it up. Ruthless. Mind you, I am not worried about the paint peeling. Again, we are stripping this whole paint off the valve cover. I do have different colors in mind. That looks so good. Now, mind you, before this was really, really bad. Still got to get a little bit of this. That just might actually be in the casing itself. That looks really good. These people, man, these people. All right, there we go. Of this and another type of degreaser. that, my friend, is how you degrease a motor, at least while it's pulled out. Otherwise, there's different processes that you could go through while it's in the car. Some people say run it, other people say don't. Entirely what I would do, if it was me, was run the car. Make sure I don't hit any of the electrical components. You know, spray some degreaser beforehand, of course. Get all the places that you want to get inside your vehicle, then turn the motor on and give it a quick spray over. Watch your alternator, watch anything that is electrical that can control loads. It can control pretty much a lot of the electrical parts of the vehicle. Be mindful you don't want to get those wet too much, at least. But other than that, this came out really good. Oh, so clean, you can see the dirt off my fingers. This casing is probably going to get repainted to the original color. We will be kind of like, with this getting done like this now opens up different areas where I could see what needs to be really done. So we can take this casing off, sandblast everything, rewash it, repaint it, do all that fun stuff. Of course, this harness is coming out. We will check all of these coil packs to make sure that they do work on another vehicle. And whatever I can use, reuse, we will use, and what I can't, we'll go ahead and get rid of. But other than that, this is how you degrease a very greasy, dirty engine while it's out.